When I first heard they were making a Miraculous Ladybug movie, I was excited just like everyone else, but I also had no idea how they were going to do it. A feature-length movie isn't enough time to fit all the storylines of the show into. You need to have them both getting their powers, being comfortable with them and each other, establish Hawkmoth as the villain, establish all their powers and how they interact, all before you can get into any of the love square mutual pining drama. Not to mention the lore of the Miraculous Jewels, which a series can drip feed the audience, but the movie can't. And the fact that it all needs to be resolved by the end of the movie, meaning the reveal along with finding out Gabriel's Hawkmoth. Overall, I couldn't think of any way to do it, and I wanted to see how Zag did it. Was he able to do it? The movie opens with Fu info dumping about the powers of the Miraculous, and then hard cuts to Mary going to school. So far, the movie seems to resemble the show's plot, with Mary dreaming of being a fashion designer and hating Chloe. The first time I knew something was wrong was when Gabriel rolls up in a V-dub? Huh? There are important plot reasons that Gabriel rides a self-driving Tsurugi brand car in the series, but in this he's just got a Volkswagen out of nowhere. Brand integration in a movie isn't bad in itself, but when it starts to interfere with the plot, it can be. But okay, Gabriel is established as a famous fashion designer, with Natalie as his assistant, and then it's established that Emily is dead, and that Gabriel has the butterfly Miraculous. It cuts to a flashback of Gabriel getting the Miraculous from a British guy? It's never shown how Gabriel got the butterfly Miraculous in the series, though it's implied he found them in Tibet where Fu dropped it. But okay, now he's got it from a colonizer and he wants to bring back Emily with it. At school, Alia becomes Mary's best friend the same way she did in the show, by standing up to Chloe for her. Although then Alia is gone and Chloe is hunting down Mary for spilling coffee on her. She hides in the library where we first see Adrian, who's the quiet, reserved model we all know, but then he just disappears somehow for no good reason whatsoever. Back at the Agrest estate, it's established that Adrian is Gabriel's son, and also that he's criminally neglected. Same as, oh my god, what is that? Why is his hair like that? We've seen him from the past. He does not look like that. Okay, I guess this world has different canon from the series, whatever. Noir explains to Gabriel that he needs the cat and ladybug Miraculouses to get his wife back. Something he should have already known from the grimoire, but fine. The problem is, when he activates it, Fu knows it's activated? That's not a power we've ever seen any Guardians have, but I guess Fu is more OP in this universe. And I guess it's also a good excuse for him to go searching for a ladybug and cat Noir. The Miraculous Jewels can fly now, by the way, just by themselves, and Fu gets saved by Mary at the crosswalk next to the school, just like in the series. Except Fu doesn't pick Mary, the Miraculouses did. It seems like the earrings were just going to Marinette anyway, and Fu had no choice in the matter. Which also changes the role of the Guardian, but whatever. The Miraculouses are delivered to Marinette and Adrian by creating a ladybug and black cat respectively, and having them leave the jewels with them, and then, I guess, just disappear. In a classic case of Zag forgetting Ladybug and Cat are supposed to be equals, Ladybug gets a whole song around her becoming Ladybug. Need to be embarrassed on what you did. And we don't even see Adrian transform. She just crashes into him. The first Akuma victim is an incel, Gabe's main demographic, and it's a pretty normal fight aside from them being overly clumsy and not using their powers yet. But after she saves him from the train... Why? Maybe Maybe Careless Whisper has a different connotation outside of America, but watching this as an American is very uncomfortable. It's weird that it goes on for like 2 seconds and then cuts off.
You either gotta be that guy or not be that guy. I don't know what that was.
This is supposed to be when Cat first falls in love with Ladybug. It's supposed to be heartfelt and cute. Why is the cheesy sex music playing? That's the completely wrong tone. I agree that Careless Whisper does have some Lady Noir vibes, but not that part. Again, maybe this is just an American thing, but I really hope they change the song for the English dub, because that is a completely inappropriate soundbite for this movie. Anyway, Fu explains their powers, and then we see them again at the fair. And Hawkmoth akumatized like 8 prisoners in some mental asylum at the same time. A power that only Scarlet Moth has, not Hawkmoth, but whatever. New movie, new powers. And this is when Marinette decides she needs to be Ladybug more than once, like she does in the series, with another song. And Cat shows up to help her fight the Akumas. After they win, there's a montage of Ladybug and Cat beating a bunch of supervillains over the course of, I guess, a few weeks, and Gabriel getting increasingly frustrated, which I actually think is a good way of going about it. And then what... I'm sorry? Is this a fever dream? This is real? This is in the movie. What the fuck? Zag released a promo video for the movie in collaboration with Volkswagen. Now, when I think of a brand that people watching the Ladybug and Cat Noir movie are going to want to buy, my mind immediately goes to high-end electric cars? I don't know what's more ridiculous, the fact that anyone even considered this as a promotional tie-in, or the fact that in-universe, Volkswagen produced and released special Ladybug and Cat Noir themed electric cars, and in-universe got Ladybug and Cat Noir to promote them! They're 14! Did they get paid? This promotion implies they got paid! How did they get the money? Did they get paid in Bitcoin? Through the blockchain? Why did either of them agree to this? Adrian has more money than he can spend in a lifetime, and Ladybug would never agree to sell it for Volkswagen. You're telling me she didn't even want to give Alia, her best friend, an exclusive interview, but she'd be a sponsor for a brand new Volkswagen EV lineup? They can't even drive! They are not old enough to drive! Do you understand that? This promo video is promoting illegal activities! What is that thinking? But I knew when I saw the animation that the budget was coming from somewhere else, but seriously? Is Volkswagen the only company that would pay for this? Why did Volkswagen think of this either? How did this happen? Okay, moving on. Because after this scene comes the part I hate the most. Yes, more than the sex music, more than the Volkswagen tie-in, is this part. Mary and Adrian change. The entire appeal of secret identity superheroes is the juxtaposition between the person they're wearing the mask and when they're not. And if the person acts the same with and without the mask, they're basically not wearing a mask. This is especially important in Miraculous because Cat is a foil for Adrian and Ladybug is a foil for Marinette. Marinette suddenly becoming lucky and losing her clumsiness, and Adrian suddenly becoming as confident as Cat all the time, completely ruins this. Do you understand? By giving Mary the personality of Ladybug and Adrian the personality of Cat, you destroy the love square. Now everything is just Lady Noir. I know everyone said this would be Lady Noir's movie, but this is too far! There is no more Marichette or Adrianette or Ladrian anymore in this movie. It's all just Lady Noir! The entire thing that makes these superheroes unique! The entire thing that justifies this show existing! Without the love square, it's just a Spider-Man ripoff! This complex web you spent all this time building of foils and ships and yin and yang is all destroyed by this one sequence! I was never a big Asterix fan, but if this is what happens when Asterix leaves the writing room, then I have low expectations for season 6 and 7. Okay. Eventually, Hawkmoth gets fed up with constantly losing to Ladybug and Cat and just goes out himself. This is the part where I've completely given up on trying to make any sense of this movie. Hawkmoth just teleports into the middle of Paris, causes explosions all over the place, and causes a storm which is destroying Paris. Cat shows up and apparently can run like Quicksilver. What? Ladybug then says Hawkmoth is too powerful, and without listening, Cat runs straight at him and gets his ass beat and thrown in the river. Hawkmoth flies down and turns the entire Seine into lava! Ladybug saves Cat, but then Hawkmoth shows up and... What? No! Has Gabriel been training with Darth fucking Vader? Who allowed this? He didn't even need to do this! He didn't need any of these powers! He could have done this all with the powers he has in the show! Why did they do this to him? Why? I don't understand! All is lost. Gabriel has the Ladybug Miraculous and is about to take the Cat Miraculous, and then he sees it's Adrian. And...
Cat Noir, my own son. The Miraculous will soon be mine. We can save your mother using your Miraculous and hers. No, just stop. If she really loves you, she'd let you save your mother. Nuru, Dusu, dual metamorphosis. Ephemeral, I am your father, Shadow Moth. Cat Blanc, obey. How dare you, not me, Adrian.
Why does he care? Why does he care about Adrian all of a sudden? This movie, I can't understand it. So Hawkmoth sees Adrian as Cat Noir, and the sky clears, and the Seine turns back to water, and Adrian sees his dad all this, and then hugs him? You've got to be kidding me. He doesn't even know Ladybug can fix the damage, because she's never done it yet! This bourgeoisie fuck doesn't even give a shit about all the poor people around him who've just had their lives destroyed and family killed. He just forgives his dad. Anyway, Ladybug does the lucky charm to fix everything, and there's a formal at the end of the movie, and Marinette shows up to see Adrian, and he's just waiting outside for some reason. And by the way, there's no explanation for what happened to Gabriel or the Aggress brand or anything, but whatever. So yeah, this is the best reveal we've had out of the 3 we've had in the show. No notes. Great job in this scene. Love it. And the end. The movie's over. Except post-credit scene. And oh my god, are you kidding? There's gonna be a sequel. How? How? This makes no sense! Why would Natalie take up the broken peacock Miraculous without Gabriel being Hawkmoth? Ah! All in all, the pacing of this movie was very inconsistent. There's like no time between Kat confessing he loves Ladybug and then the final battle. And they don't even fight Hawkmoth. They just get their asses beat, and then Gabriel's like, oh my god, Adrian, no! And I don't want anybody comparing this to the pacing in the Owl House finale, because they got cancelled! And also, this movie was supposed to come out 2.5 years ago! Making the story of Ladybug and Cat Noir into a movie was always going to be a hard task, and this movie is obviously completely outside the series canon, which makes me wonder what the point of dumping all this money into the movie even was. The actual series is clearly struggling with their animation budget. How are you going to have this non-canon movie look like this, and the actual series finale look like this? How about you actually pay some quality animators for the series like you used to do, instead of outsourcing it to the lowest bidder in India? Overall, 6.9 out of 10. By the way, guys, did you notice something? Something missing? Just a little something? They never played the wall between us! Miraculous!